A mysterious murder carried out in plain sight.
What exactly is happening?
A crime scene devoid of clues.
There is no evidence of any kind. We've got zip.
Who is this person? Why was he shot? It's so random.
The unfortunate S word comes into play. Sniper.
In order to hunt down an assassin, Lieutenant Joe Kenda is determined to leave no stone unturned.
We're looking at 1,501 locations where our man could be. We have to find out what is going on here. He has the power of life and death in his hands. When you decide to take a life, you better consider what you're about to do. Because me, or someone just like me, is going to consider it and come knocking.
There's one thing that never changes: murder. A life has been taken. Their stories are now my stories. I'm Lieutenant Joe Kenda. I've solved over 387 homicides. Somebody has to take control. Somebody has to look out for the victim. I never know where a case is going to lead, but I'll never stop until it's solved.
In Colorado Springs, U.S. Army Private Regina Loney is coming off an overnight shift at Fort Carson.
It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She's listening to her music and driving home.
She looks across the street, sees a young man walking along. Then they wave to each other and acknowledge each other as neighbors do.
All of a sudden, he grabbed his stomach, bent over, and fell to the ground.
You all right?
He's writhing in pain, and she's thinking, well, did he trip? Did he have some stomach issues or a heart attack? So she rushes over there.
Oh my God. Help! Someone help, please!
Please get my wife.
Someone!
He kept saying over and over, please get my wife, please get my wife.
Somebody help!
Get my wife.
Meanwhile, at CSPD headquarters, Detective Joe Kenda is stuck in a meeting.
I was going through my annual evaluation where your immediate supervisor gives you basically a report card on his opinion of your performance.
I know it's a yearly thing, but we've got to get through it.
I was quite certain of myself as to what kind of job I was doing. And it wasn't of any particular interest to me what was being put on a piece of paper.
But no sooner has the evaluation begun than an officer interrupts with an urgent message.
Excuse me, Captain. Detective, there's been an incident.
I thought the timing was excellent.
Looks like I need to go to work.
Okay, we will finish this up later.
I consider meetings a weapon of mass distraction. Why are we going to have a meeting and sit around and talk about the work? I would much rather just do the work.
Moments later, Kenda arrives at the 3700 block of Airport Road.
The area where this incident occurred is a commercial district filled with businesses, bars, restaurants, heavy traffic. People are busy being busy. No one's paying a lot of attention to us.
So what do we got?
White male. Victim was down here. He's been transported by EMS already.
Was he still alive?
He was still alive, yeah.
Do you know his name?
William Larimore.
Well, this guy's name is William Larimore. He's 22 years of age.
He was a fun-loving guy. Really loved fishing, camping, motorcycle riding. We would get on our bikes and just drive. It was just, fabulous.
Kenda surveys the crime scene. Right away, it strikes him as odd.
So I'm looking at this, and there's nothing. There's no blood. There's no ricochet marks. There's no tire tracks. There's no expended casings. There is no evidence of any kind except medical waste blowing slightly in the breeze. We have a scene that isn't a scene.
According to responding officers, EMTs discovered a bullet-sized puncture wound in Larmore's stomach. It appears Kenda has a shooting on his hands.
We have a 22-year-old gunned down on a city street by a phantom. Could this be a drive-by? Could this be somebody in a van or a car driving by and shooting this guy? That's a possibility. One of the first steps in any investigation is, how do we know about this? Who called this in and what do they know about it? I'm introduced to a woman named Regina Loney.
Did you see anything or anyone suspicious either before or after he was on the ground?
No. I really wish I had.
How many gunshots did you hear?
She looked at me like, gunshots? No, I didn't hear anything.
Regina states that she was only 30 feet from William when he went down. Kenda wonders how she couldn't have heard the gunshots.
Well, some people have never heard a gunshot before. That it's kind of a shot. And she stopped me and said,
I'm in the Army and Range qualified.
now that's really interesting because we have a qualified witness who knows what a gunshot is. She didn't hear one. Our victim's been shot in the middle of a commercial district at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a bright sunny day, and nobody sees or hears anything. Killing is most often up close and personal. There is face-to-face and close range, and a clear reason. If there's some trouble or some disturbance that occurs, it occurs in close proximity to each other. Words are exchanged, then it becomes heated, then so on and so on. A weapon is produced, a shot is fired, somebody falls down. Okay, that's pretty normal. There's nothing about this that's normal. Nothing. Right now, we don't have a witness who hears anything. We didn't hear anything, and we're talking about distance. Guns are loud, and they are easily heard. They're much louder in reality than they are in the movies. So if we truly didn't hear that, then our shooter is a long way from where this guy is. So the unfortunate S word comes into play, the one you never want to hear when you're a policeman, sniper. It's well understood to me at that moment that this would strike fear into the heart of the city. It would really strike fear. Because of the randomness of it, because of the fear of repetition. Is this victim number one? Of how many new victims are we going to have? What's the motivation? Who is doing this? Why are they doing it? What's going on here? We're dealing with something we've never dealt with before. Where is that sniper's nest? Where is the place where he shoots from? We're looking at 500 windows on the south side of the road. We're looking at over 1,000 windows on the north side of the road. So we have a minimum of 1,501 locations where our man could be.
You guys want to go knock on some doors, see if anyone saw or heard anything? Sure. Thanks.
Just start canvassing the neighborhood and try to see if there's anybody that could have been standing at the windows.
Anybody else that lives here that might have seen anything in this apartment?
Our problem is we have a limited number of people to do the knocking, and we have literally hundreds of doors.
As his men search in vain for eyewitnesses, Kenda gets a call from the hospital.
Dispatch to Kenda.
Go for Kenda.
William Larmore is being prepped for surgery. If Kenda wants to question him, he has to leave now.
We need a direction. We need a place to go, a thing to pursue. Not just to speculate about, not just to agonize over the sniper angle, anything like that. We need more than that. We need a witness. We need somebody who sees something. They see a dude. They see a car. They see activity somewhere. They see something going on. They see somebody with a gun. They see somebody with a rifle, anything like that. So we start knocking on doors.
10-4, I'm on the way.
Now all of a sudden it becomes even more urgent. So I went to the hospital to find Mr. Larmore. He's shot in the stomach. That's generally not something that's going to cause you to lose consciousness or lose coherence.
How's he doing?
It's not looking too good. I do believe he's able to talk, though.
What we're hoping he's going to say to us is that he has some kind of an enemy. He's had a recent confrontation. He's had trouble with someone. Something that gives us a direction in which to proceed.
The doctor allows Kenda a few short minutes with William.
I'm Detective Kenda. I need to find out who did this to you, so I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Is that okay?
Are you involved with anybody? Do you have problems? Are you fighting with your wife? Does your wife have a boyfriend? Anything. And it was no to everything. Everything's just fine. Well, it's not really fine. We're here in this hospital and somebody shot you in the stomach.
But then, William gives Kenda his first lead.
After it hit the ground, there's a gray van.
He does remember seeing a gray van. Okay, that's something. That's the first time anybody has seen anything. So the gray van, in my mind, becomes significant. If the gray van is involved, then we're probably talking about a shot fired from the van.
We need to go now.
As William is wheeled into surgery, Kenda issues an APB for the mysterious gray van.
We make sure all of our officers doing canvassing be in the alert for a gray van, find out anybody saw a gray van, find out anybody you're talking to owns a gray van, look for them in parking lots of these multi-family buildings.
10-4, Kenda out. Am I staying with Mr. Larmore? Update me on his condition?
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, Kenda heads to the waiting room, where he hopes a friend or family member has a lead to offer.
There's a young girl who's in tears and is very distraught, having difficulty breathing. I discover she's Donna Larmore, the wife of the victim. She's pregnant. Now maybe she has a dead husband. Maybe she's starting out life on exactly the wrong foot.
Mrs. Larmore?
Yeah.
I'm Detective Kenda.
You try to be especially nice.
I'm very sorry about what's happened. I want to make sure we find out who did this.
But you cannot be nice enough to overcome what's happening in her life at this moment.
Can you tell me a little bit about William?
We find out that he is a cook.
Billy is my twin brother and my best friend. He is trying to become a chef. He loved working in restaurants.
So he doesn't have a car. His wife has a car, but he lets her use the car in case she needs to go to the doctor.
Does he normally get out at 3 o'clock?
No, it's usually later, but yeah, I wasn't feeling good. I had some stomach cramps, and he was just, worried something was wrong with the baby.
Donna explains it's not the first time the couple has experienced complications with a pregnancy.
No, he wanted kids so bad, and he tried so many times to have a child. They unfortunately lost, I want to say, 2 or 3 children, miscarriages. It was just heart-wrenching.
She called him and said that he better come home. So he immediately left work and walked home. That's his crime, walking home.
Sweetest guy, I just don't know who would do something like this to him.
Well, if you can think of anything else, or you need to give me a call. Anytime.
When you see this little girl, pregnant and crying, all her husband's doing is walking home from work because she's having stomach cramps, and maybe he's gonna die. Well, who is the son of a bitch responsible for this? So here we are. We've got zip. We have no physical evidence to observe.
Lieutenant Joe Kenda is working the attempted murder of 22-year-old soon-to-be father, William Larmore, who has been inexplicably shot in broad daylight.
Nobody hears, nobody sees. But the victim sees a gray van. What's that have to do with this? Could this be a drive-by?
Having issued an APB on the gray van, Kenda heads back to the crime scene, where officers have found a possible lead on that van.
Well, you had us for the gray van? Yeah, well, meet this lady here. We find a young girl named Jill Hendricks. Jill lives in the area, obviously, very close to where this occurred.
How you doing?
Good.
Can you tell me what you saw today?
I was in my front yard.
Jill tells Lieutenant Kenda that as she was walking across the apartment's parking lot, carrying laundry, she saw a neighbor run up to a man groaning on the ground.
I need some help!
A minute later, a gray van pulled up.
Somebody help!
She sees a woman get out of a car and go to his side.
Call 911! Oh my God, is he okay?
And that there were kids in this car. She tried to comfort him.
We're gonna be okay.
This is most likely the van William sees. So now this lets the air out of the gray van. We've lost our only lead. I'm back to the dreaded S word, sniper. So we're gonna proceed on that theory and see if we can find anybody that sees anybody with a gun.
All right, I appreciate the help.
No sooner has he wrapped up than Kenda's radio crackles with urgent news.
Go for Kenda.
I get notified at the scene by a detective at the hospital that they pronounced Larmore on the operating table. He died from his wound. We've gone from a serious crime to the ultimate crime. It puts another sense of urgency to this.
When I learned of Billy's death, it was like somebody shot a hole right in my heart. I don't feel I'm the same as I was. A part of me was taken.
Though William died in surgery, he did leave behind one pivotal piece of evidence, the bullet that killed him.
The bullet is positively identified as a .22 long rifle. There are hundreds of calibers of weapons. Now we're down to only one.
Little background note, when you're shot with a .22 is the preferred weapon of hitmen. People think, a 45 or a 9mm or a 40 caliber, they're bigger guns. A .22 is a very light bullet. When it enters the body, it ricochets off of anything it touches inside the body, causing lots of damage.
This is somebody a long way away with a .22 long rifle weapon.
Identifying the make of the murder weapon isn't the only good news. In their continued search for eyewitnesses, Kenda's men have located a resident whose home sits adjacent to a vacant lot on Airport Road. The man tells them that he heard several loud bangs around the time William Larmore was shot.
We want to search this field. We want to search it while it's still daylight. It's tedious work, but necessary, because you never know what's under a rock until you pick it up.
Finally, the search of the nearly 2-acre lot pays off.
Think I got something, Joe?
We find expended casings, .22 long rifle.
Can you take these evidence?
Sure thing.
Thanks.
From the point where that casing was found to the point where the victim was found being shot was 150 yards, which would indicate a long sniper shot.
That's further than a football field. If you're going to shoot at him, this would be a very good place to do it from. It's directly in line. It is 437 feet. That is a very long way. Picture yourself standing under the goalposts at a football field and looking toward the other goalpost and looking 30 yards past it. It's looking at a human standing there. They look like they're 2 inches tall. That is a very small target from 437 feet.
But to connect on a long shot like this would take a true marksman, possibly with a military background.
With a shot of 150 yards with a .22 caliber rifle, that's a tough shot.
This shooter would have to either be an expert shot, have a weapon with a telescopic sight, know how to adjust for windage and elevation, know how to adjust for bullet drop, or he has to be the luckiest shooter in the world.
But who would target a man like William Larmore for an execution-style murder? Kenda is hopeful William's next-door neighbor might be able to shed some light on the victim's personal life. a young man named Steve Green answers.
He seems to know more than most about the Larmores.
They've been here for a while, and they stay pretty quiet. Pleasant couple.
He's very friendly, and he's helpful. He said the Larmores are nice people.
Can you think of anyone that might want to harm them or someone they didn't get along with?
Well, there's a guy that stays with them.
And this guy, you know his name?
Yeah, it's Jeff Reynolds.
According to Steve Green, Jeff Reynolds is a corporal in the Army, steeped in weapons training.
They have this occasional roommate that stays there off and on that there's been some trouble with.
He stays there, but he never really pays.
And he said that seems to be a problem.
Last week was a pretty big blow-up, a lot of yelling.
Listen, my pregnant wife is cleaning up your stuff right now.
Yeah, I understand that, but...
You're not coming up with rent right now. You're gonna have to go. I don't know what else.
Kick me out.
I don't know what...
William,
it's not...
where am I gonna go?
Okay, you're gonna have to leave.
The roommate is as likely as anyone to be a suspect in the case. He's military trained, he's obviously a marksman. What if he decides for whatever reason that he hates Larmore now and he's gonna take him out?
I appreciate the help.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks.
Kenda heads to William's apartment, hopeful that Jeff Reynolds is there.
When we were at the hospital, we had the wife sign a search waiver for her apartment. You never know what you're gonna find in a victim's apartment. So the manager lets us into the apartment with a master key.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Can I head upstairs?
Okay. So we look around. There's no evidence of physical violence. There's no evidence of struggle. There's no evidence of arguments. No broken doors, no fist marks in doors, no shoe marks in doors.
Most importantly, Jeff Reynolds is nowhere to be found.
Find anything?
Nothing's clean up there.
We're about to leave, and a guy appears in the doorway.
Can I help you?
I think I should be the one asking you that.
I'm Detective Kenda. You mind telling me who you are?
I'm Jeff Reynolds. I live here.
Well, Jeff, I'm with the Colorado Springs Police Department. Do you have any idea why we're here today?
Before he can answer, the manager comes back and looks at him somewhat alarmed and somewhat angry and says,
"What are you still doing here? The Larmores wanted you gone."
Reynolds looked startled when she said that and looked not at her, but at me. What are you looking at me? I didn't tell you that, she did. You're looking at me because you didn't want me to hear that, did you? Here we are. We're poking in the dark, trying to find something. All of a sudden, a guy walks in. Who are you? Well, I'm Jeff Reynolds, a roommate.
A roommate who owed murder victim William Larmore money.
Can't come up with the rent, then you cannot live here. We've been through this too many times, Jeff.
And who, just days earlier, Larmore had kicked out of the apartment they shared
There's the door.
with William's pregnant wife.
And quite magically, he moves from being just a roommate to being a suspect in a matter of a few minutes.
You get to thinking, well, could this be a possible motive? Could this be our killer?
What exactly are you doing here, Jeff?
I'm just here getting some of my stuff.
Are you aware that William was killed earlier today?
Yeah, I just spoke with his wife.
And how do you know the Larmores?
Well, actually, I know him. We were friends on the East Coast, and I said to him, you should come to Colorado Springs. It's a cool place.
Billy was happy to move to Colorado. Seemed like it changed him, made him happy. You know, it was like a whole new atmosphere for him.
He let me move in with him, but I was really strapped for cash.
He has no money, and they can't survive on what he's making in the Army. He is staying with the Larmores as much as he can because he really can't afford to stay anywhere else.
Listening to Jeff Reynolds, Kenda can tell he's holding back.
He doesn't want to say there's been confrontations between he and Larmore about his non-payment. And we start to get in his face a little bit.
From what I heard, you had a big blowout with him recently.
Yeah, I wasn't able to pay my rent. I borrowed a lot of money from William.
Do you have rent for this month?
Don't do this to me, please.
Jeff Reynolds told the investigators, well, yeah, he had kicked me out, and it was over a money issue, and I told him that I will be paying you back shortly.
Okay, so you have these problems, and you say you resolved them. Well, how'd you do that?
He was able to show police a contract that he had made with the Larmores.
So this little contract he wrote said when he gets his discharge papers, he's going to pay them back for all the money he owes them.
So tell me you had nothing to do with his murder.
Absolutely not. William was like a brother to me.
Jeff is becoming more and more insistent that he's not responsible for any of this. He's friends with those people. He's almost to the point of tears.
Although Jeff Reynolds' reaction seems genuine, Kenda won't cross him off the suspect list until Jeff can confirm his whereabouts at the time of the shooting.
Where were you the past 2 hours?
I was at the Army base applying for my discharge.
Let me check that out.
So we call his commanding officer, wind up speaking with his first sergeant. During the time frame of the shooting, he is going through this application process.
It looks like everything checks out.
He is not our guy. So we've gone from what seemed like a promising suspect to no suspect at all.
Thanks for your time.
No problem.
The worst part of homicide is the up and down nature of it. You're elated, you're depressed. You're elated, you're depressed. This isn't working either. You have to get past that very quickly. You can't allow yourself to throw up your hands. That's not what we do here. It's not him. Him is still out there. So let's go find him.
Kenda orders his men to redouble their search of the area. Within the hour, they unearth a new lead.
The officers doing this canvass meet a guy named Harold Stevens.
It was about 2 o'clock. The wife and I were heading out to the car.
He had seen 2 juvenile individuals there.
Can you describe these kids for me?
They're about 14, 16 years old. One was wearing a red windbreaker. The other one had a gray hoodie on, carrying rifle cases.
Now we got something. We have a witness who sees something involving rifles. And that is what we're looking for.
Where were they heading?
As soon as they saw me, they took off running to the vacant field next door.
The field Harold Stevens is describing is the same one where Kenda's men found the .22 caliber rifle casings just a few hours earlier.
What if they're in that field shooting one of these guns and one of those bullets winds up in Mr. Larmore's stomach?
Might go ahead and call that in.
10-4.
Kenda issues a bolo. Be on the lookout for 2 teens matching the description given by Harold Stevens.
Possibly carrying rifle gun cases.
With every on-duty patrolman in Colorado Springs now searching for his suspects, Kenda returns to the scene of the crime.
This girl, go ahead.
So I'm standing in the field considering what our next move is when Officer Reeve gets in touch with me.
Just got a call from Officer Reeves at the Juvenile Center. Says he got a kid there that knows something about the shooting.
Yeah, let's go talk to him.
Officer Reeve informs Kenda that the kid in question is a teenager named Arthur, an occasional informant.
So I spot Arthur, bringing him in on some other charges, and he brings up the shooting, just like that.
His name is Arthur Daniels. He's wanted on a misdemeanor bench warrant for trespassing. He said, hey, I know about that shooting out on Airport Road.
Has this guy been helpful in the past?
Yeah, he actually has on numerous occasions.
Daniels has been an informant for him in the past, and he's given him, in his estimation, reliable information.
All right, well, he's your guy. You want to find out what he knows?
Yes, sir.
I was watching him through the window, and I'm listening to what the kid has to say.
So you said you knew something about this shooting. What do you know?
Yeah,
Daniels says, oh, man, I don't want to give any names because then I'm a snitch.
Come on, you got it in you.
So Reeve plays with him for a while and finally convinces him to tell him.
So, we were in the car.
He had been in the area waiting for some friends to come pick him up. They were going to go to the park and play some football.
And he gets in the car with them, and as they go around the corner, they see the police and they see emergency medical people, and they see this guy on the ground.
One of the individuals in the car was a person he identified only as Bug.
Dude named Bug. He said he did it. Said he shot the guy.
See, man, see, I got him, I told you.
Bug says, I'm a sniper, man. Amazing. Now we're not only in the right ballpark, we're in the right row. We have a kid named Bug who is a shooter. Wow.
For exclusive footage, go to investigationdiscovery.com.
We're starting out with this case going nowhere. All of a sudden, we're going everywhere.
At the Colorado Springs Juvenile Detention Center, Lieutenant Joe Kenda observes as Officer Reeve questions 16-year-old Arthur Daniels.
Arthur Daniels was a 16-year-old that had already had a troubled, short life. He was someone who didn't really know his parents. His father had been in and out of jail. His mother had moved out of state, and basically he was being raised by an aunt. And he lived in a troubled neighborhood where sometimes it can be easy to run with the wrong crowd.
Daniels claims another teenager, nicknamed Bug, is the one who shot William Larmore. But there's a problem with Arthur's statement.
So how do you know Bug?
I don't really know him. I just know people call him Bug.
He says, well, I don't know his name. I know everybody calls him Bug. He says he's a sophomore at this high school. That's a start. I've got a named suspect, nickname true, but named nonetheless. And the magic word sniper is used in the explanation.
But Arthur Daniels isn't finished. He also tells Officer Reeve that as he and his friends headed toward the park to play some football, Bug gave him a handful of live bullets.
And he was like, throw him out the window.
Okay, what else happened?
Officer Reeve presses Arthur Daniels for more intel.
Come on, man. Who's Bug? You just kind of know him. You don't know his real name.
I don't even know him, honestly. Like, he was just in the car.
He was afraid that if he gave Bug up for the shooting, that Bug would harm him.
But after some prodding, Arthur Daniels does offer up the names of the 3 other young men who were in the car.
All right, it was Johnny, Reggie, and Fish.
The first step is to find out if there's any truth in this at all before we even approach these other kids. Did he throw live ammunition out of the car? Let's go find the bullets.
I found one. There's 2 more right there.
We find it where he says he put it. Several .22 long rifle live rounds at the curb, discarded in the street.
The shells are the same as the casings found in the field.
So that works. So Daniels has moved up from being an informant to being a good informant. It is proof enough to me that those 3 kids he named are in fact in that car. Now we have to get to these other people and find out what they know.
While investigators round up Arthur's 3 friends, Kenda catches up on the autopsy report.
Let's take a look.
The bullet is recovered.
Look at that. 22 caliber, just like the shells.
Yes, sir. It's showing a downward entry with no exit.
.22 long rifle. This is a downward angle into the lower stomach. It cuts his liver in the process, and that's what killed him.
Confirms long-range shot.
I believe we're out of the starting gate. I can't see the horse we're chasing yet, but I can hear him.
Let's go talk to those kids.
Yes, sir.
That afternoon, Arthur's friends arrive at the station for questioning, each accompanied by a parent.
If you are a juvenile, meaning you are less than 18 years of age in Colorado, then your parent and or legal guardian has to be present before any interrogation is conducted.
Kenda and his colleagues interview the teens separately.
Okay, so we know all about your friend Bug and the shooting the other night, so tell me what you know about it.
I don't know anybody named Bug.
There was no Bug in the car?
I don't know anybody named Bug.
Are you still gonna stand by that you don't know this guy Bug?
No, I have no clue.
Reggie and Fish think they're playing hardball, but Kenda's men have an ace up their sleeve.
Look, don't tell me you weren't in the car. We found the bullets that Daniels threw out on Shelton Road. Do you remember that?
Arthur was one that threw out the bullets. Arthur, he dumped them out.
Did you see Arthur do this?
Yes.
And with that, both Reggie and Fish corroborate Arthur Daniels' statement, except for the most important part, the part about Bug.
Who? Bug.
Never heard of him.
I don't know what you're talking about. Both say Bug wasn't in the car. Who is Bug? I don't know who that is.
But in interrogation room 3, Kenda is working on the 3rd young man Arthur Daniels identified, high school sophomore Johnny Gomez.
So you hear about the shooting, Johnny?
I got nothing to say about some shooting.
He is Mr. Bad Guy. He's a little kid. He's like 15 years old, and he's never been in a car. And
I don't know him.
Who's Daniels and who's these other two guys?
How about a guy named Bug?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's just being an evasive little jerk. All of that's very common. Doing the right thing, that's all in the movies. They respond to pressure. Harm is going to come to them if they don't tell what they know. That is what works, and nothing else does.
Listen closely, Johnny. We're talking about being an accessory to murder. If you're lying to me, I'll make sure you do hard time and wake up an old man.
All of a sudden, their bravado starts to go away.
You know what you're looking at now? A man has died. You need to be honest now.
He's not in his living room. He's in a police station, in an interrogation room, in an uncomfortable chair, looking at someone who isn't very happy with him, which would be me. He feels the pressure and he can't deal with it. So he starts to, inch by inch, reveal things that are very significant indeed.
Didn't do no murder. It was just, we needed some money.
He says to me, finally, that he and a friend knew this guy, and they knew that he had guns in his apartment, 2 guns. He says he and his friend break into this guy's place, and they take these 2 guns, and they're in rifle cases. And one of them is green. Now, I'm listening to this, and I already know what Mr. Stevens told us. 2 kids with rifle cases, and one of them's green. Bingo. Now we're really getting somewhere. Now we are in overdrive.
What's your friend's name?
I'm thinking the whole time that his partner in crime is Bug, our man Bug. I said, so, Johnny, who's your friend? What's his name?
Arthur Daniels.
No wonder nobody knows who Bug is. There is no Bug. There's just our man Arthur. We start off with a man shot in the stomach by an unknown gun. 22-year-old kid, just starting out in life. He's about to have a baby. Why would this happen to you?
Teenage informant Arthur Daniels has identified a young man, nicknamed Bug, as William's killer. But as Lieutenant Joe Kenda questions 15-year-old Johnny Gomez, an entirely different picture begins to emerge.
So now we know a lot. We know there is no Bug, nor was there ever a Bug. We know that our man Arthur is our shooter.
Johnny is adamant Arthur Daniels delivered the shot that killed William Larmore. But is there a chance Johnny also took a shot at the victim? And if so, why?
Who's Arthur? I didn't hurt anybody.
This is just getting started, Johnny.
So you stole guns with Arthur?
Yes. We just wanted to sell them, that's all.
Tell me what happened.
He said he wanted to try out the guns.
We gotta take some shots.
Nah.
Got to.
Bro, I gotta go. I got friends coming over. But I didn't stay, I left.
He was just a 16-year-old kid who had a weapon, who said, I'm gonna fire this weapon, you know, maybe at some rabbits, see what it's like.
Johnny swears that after he left Arthur, he headed to his aunt's house. He hid the stolen gun in her storage locker.
What's going on, man?
Shortly after that, his pals Fish and Reggie came by. A half hour later, Arthur came busting in.
Guys, I just shot somebody.
What?
I just shot somebody.
He's got the case in his hand with the gun in it, and he is scared to death. What's the matter? I just shot someone.
Here, come on, let's go.
According to Johnny, they stashed Arthur's rifle within his aunt's storage locker, along with the other stolen weapon.
They arrive at the park.
They drove by the scene and saw the man laying on the ground.
That's him right there. See, I told you I wasn't lying.
Damn. And Arthur again said, "That's the man I shot. I told you I shot somebody."
He thought he was just bragging, but oh my God, he really did shoot somebody.
Matter of fact, I gotta get rid of these bullets.
And he throws ammunition out onto Cheltenham Road.
Johnny's story is a revelation, but is it true? Kenda instructs his men to tell Johnny's pals, Fish and Reggie, that Johnny has come clean.
Johnny's pretty much told my partner everything. So why don't you go ahead and get it off your chest and just tell us what happened.
This time, the boys spill it all.
He came back in, and he kept saying, "I shot a man, I shot a man." We all got out and got away from him.
Both Fish and Reggie corroborate every detail of Johnny Gomez's story.
Mr. Arthur Daniels, and no one else. And we know where the murder weapon is. It's in this woman's storage locker.
Kenda secures a search warrant for Johnny's aunt's storage unit.
There's a locker right there. Lock. No worries. Let me in there.
Multi-tool in hand, Kenda reveals a hidden talent.
Most of those storage lockers are not exactly a Wells Fargo bank. They are difficult to get into if you're a complete idiot. I opened the door as quickly as if I had a key.
There they are.
We really hit the jackpot there once you get the weapons.
They're freshly fired.
We protect it for prints, we take it with us.
Let's get these back to the station.
And turn it into the lab for testing.
Ballistics tests prove one of the stolen guns was the one used to shoot and kill William Larmore. But since Arthur's a juvenile, Kenda can't elicit a confession from him without parental consent.
We don't know where his mother is. We think she's in Texas somewhere, but she's certainly not here. Father is here.
Mr. Daniels?
Yes?
I'm Detective Kenda. Your son Arthur has some information on a shooting that happened. We'd like to talk to him.
Basically, he tells us to drop dead.
And my boy ain't talking to no damn body without no lawyer.
That he'll get the kid a lawyer and get off my porch.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Go yourself.
Or maybe not.
So that ends. The possibility of a statement ends right there. He's invoked his son's rights.
But even without a statement, Kenda's got the evidence he needs to throw the book at Arthur Daniels.
Handcuffs, boom, done. Over. Goodbye. You're under arrest. No reaction at all. He didn't say a word or even look at us.
By now, Kenda has enough to piece together how a pair of kids with a couple of stolen guns escalated into murder.
I think Arthur is over there to shoot the gun because he's a kid. He's fascinated by it. A kid at that age who has never handled firearms very much has no idea what he's got in his hands. He has the power of life and death in his hands. He sees this guy from way off, way long way off. I bet you I can shoot that guy like they do in the movies. Is he doing so with every intent to kill this person? My response to that would be no, he isn't. Do I know that? No, I feel that. Bang! Guy falls down. Oh, no.
In his wildest dreams, would never have thought that he was going to actually hit anybody.
What's he do next? What kids always do next. He runs.
Arthur Daniels is tried and convicted for the first-degree murder of William Larmore. But after years of legal wrangling, the charges are reduced.
He was allowed to plead guilty to reckless manslaughter charge and was subsequently sentenced to an indeterminate to 10 years in the Colorado State Penitentiary.
Even with Arthur Daniels behind bars, for William Larmore's family, the pain has never gone away.
I can't say I got over his death. You never get over it. He's always there in memory.
This type of crime is frightful. You get an individual that is on his way home to assist his pregnant wife and all of a sudden is shot for no reason. Arthur Daniels shot William for no reason whatsoever.
A reckless teenager who's in possession of a gun is probably more dangerous than the deadliest marksman. The deadliest marksman will kill for a reason. A reckless kid doesn't need a reason. He just needs to continue to be reckless.